All right, we're going to be reviewing another budget pen with you guys today. I have this really beautiful pen. It's actually a Jinhao 82. It is kind of a dupe of the Sailor Pro Gear and Pro Gear Slims. I think this is more after the Slim than the other. They've been around for a while. I've heard good things. I tried to get one, gosh, last year sometime, and I ordered some and they all ended up being duds, but I thought I'd give it another shot. These ones I ordered off of AliExpress instead of Amazon. They costed me, I think, a little bit more, so the price was about $4.50 for this. I've seen them since then for like $2 or $3, but I don't know, with all the political stuff going on, whether or not that's going to be an option moving forward. I don't know what other places carry this pen, but I still wanted to look at it because I'm interested in how these budget pens perform compared to some of their more expensive counterparts. Unfortunately, I do not yet have a Pro Gear Slim. It is on my wish list for this year, but currently I don't own one. So as far as the pen itself goes, we have the Jinhao branding here across this band. It looks really nice. That is metal. The clip seems pretty secure. You have a nice finial. You can unscrew this. So if you got several of them, you could mix and match and make some of those color combos that you see in the Pro Gear Slims. The bottom one, I don't think, doesn't appear to move. So knowing that, clip, like I said, pretty secure. It's pretty stiff. So I don't know how, you might have to work with it a little bit. As far as posting, let's see. It seems to post pretty well. It is a little bit back-weighted maybe, but not bad. And then as far as this goes, I did get a medium nib this time. Last time I tried for a fine or an extra fine, I can't remember. And the medium nibs are supposed to be about a 0.7 tip. Now they do make their own nibs, so it is branded with them. It actually has a really pretty design with the gold and silver there and their little chariot, which is their logo. So I am really happy with that. They are made in China, so take that for what it's worth. And I don't know, I'm just really curious about them in general. Now, for sizing comparison, so they're supposed to be a smaller pen. I like a smaller pen, even though I have rather big hands. So I was curious how it would compare to my Esterbrook SD. And the SD is just a tiny bit longer, but I think that's more the case of like how the finials are shaped. So I think if you like the size of the Esterbrook JR, you'll probably like this one, just as a comparison. I know a lot of people have Twisbys, so this is just a Twisby Echo, and it's quite a bit smaller than the Echo. So just to give you an idea, here's a Benu Briolette. Now, the Briolette has a different shape. It is maybe a finger's width shorter than the Briolette, but I don't know how much of a difference that's going to make because of the shape difference. Now, the only other Jinhao that I have that I've actually kept has been this one. This is the Jinhao, I think it's the 100. And this one I like a lot. This is also a medium nib. It says it's a gold nib. I don't know. For the price I paid for it, I think it was $20. I have my doubts about that. This one on the website, it says it's an iridium nib. And some of the reviews I saw called it a steel nib. So I don't know which one of those, like, are they the same thing? I'm not as well versed in the fountain pen world to tell you for sure. And I can't tell you by looking at it what kind of material it is, but it's definitely not a gold nib. As far as the filling mechanism here, so this part screws off. And it does come with a converter, so you don't have to buy anything extra in order to use it. You can use cartridges as well. This is a pretty standard of what I see with the Jinhao pens as far as, their converters go. Oh, I forgot. The Shark is also a Jinhao pen. I love these as well. I don't think these are knockoffs of anybody, but I could be wrong. And these have the same type of converter, generally speaking, in them. So I'm happy to try them out. Now, this part is a metal. The threads, let's put it back together. The threads, you can feel them, but I don't know that they're going to be like out of place. You do definitely feel this little edge here, but it's a small step up. It's not huge. So I don't see that as being an issue. The grip section seems pretty standard. I do kind of prefer my Shark in that it has these kind of grip sections to it, but that's just a design thing. I don't think it's anything wrong with the pen or anything. A lot of pens are like this. So let's go ahead and ink it up and see how she writes. I did pick out a pink ink to go with it. This is Robert Oster's Hot Pink. I thought it might be good for February. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm rather bad at doing this on camera. So I'm going to ink it up off camera and I'll be right back. All right, we're all inked up and ready to go. So let me zoom you in here and let's see how she writes. So I know not coming down. This is the problem I had last time too. It just did not want to flow. Oh, there we go. That's better than I got last time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not meant to have one of these. I really want a Pro Gear Slim. It just hasn't, budget-wise, been in the cards. Okay, so the quick brown fox jumped. Is it the best writing experience I've ever had? Probably not. It feels almost like maybe it's an angle thing. So let's see. Maybe I didn't have it high enough. It feels a little inconsistent in its flow. And I feel like I'm going to get some skipping like that. So I don't know. I think maybe if I work with it a little bit, I'll get it in a better space. It does write. So there is that. My last ones did not write. It writes better downward than across by quite a bit. How about at angles? Those seem okay. It's across that it seems to be the least effective, which is interesting to me. I'll have to do some research to try and figure out why that is. It doesn't feel scratchy necessarily. I think it really is a flow issue. But like I said, I'm not a fountain pen expert, so take that for what it is. I'm just a hobbyist playing with fountain pens because I love them. All right, final thoughts on it. Was it worth the $4.50? With the way it's currently writing, I would say no. If I can improve its writing, maybe, because I do like the aesthetic of the pen and I like the idea of it. Is it a replacement for the Sailor Pro Gear? I'm going to guess not, because the price difference is so huge. So the Pro Gear, which this is trying to imitate, is between $250 and like $350. And we're talking a $4.50 pen. There's no way that that quality is going to be the same. And my other Sailor that I have, which is this one, which is the 2Z, easily writes so much better. This is a $50 pen in comparison. And if that is, an issue, I assume the other one's going to be even nicer. As far as the materials for the actual pen that they use, they actually seem like nice quality materials. It doesn't feel plasticky. It has more of that acrylic feel, which is what they claim it is. I like the fact that you can get it in a medium point. I don't know that I'd put any of my shimmer inks in here, but I like I like the thought of being able to, because that is my initial for buying it, is I'd like to be able to put some of my more shimmery inks in here because I may not want to put those in my higher quality pens in fear that they would mess them up, especially like Wearing Gold's Daddy Longleg. I love, love that ink. I usually ink it up in here. However, it is super shimmery and hard to clean out. And so having a cheaper pen that I can dedicate to it feels more correct to me. Would I buy it again? Probably not, actually, unless this one, for some reason, I can get it to write and flow a lot better, then maybe. But currently, I think I would rather spend a couple, if I'm doing a knockoff and I want, a Jinhao, I'd probably go the 100. I like it better. Or I would do another one of these pens, which I just reviewed. This is a Remu. I'm going to mess up the name, but I'll link the review of this one up above. And this is just a $15 pen. And I liked this one's writing a lot better. This is I think it was a fine or an extra fine. Hold on. This is extra fine. So there is that to go with it, but the flow is much better out of this pen than that one. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think of the Jinhao 82. Do you have one? Do you get good flow out of these pens? Is it just me? I don't know. I mean, I love the way they look. I just want them to work well. So interested to see what you guys say. And until next time, I'll see you guys real soon.